Welcome to Lucy St. John Yoga. This is a traditional Hatha class. Start by lying in your Shavasana, your most comfortable, restful place. If you like, you can place one hand on your low belly or one hand near your chest. If you prefer, you can let your arms rest by your sides, palms face up in this gesture of surrender. There is a different emphasis in traditional Hatha compared to something like a vinyasa, in which we find ease and a sense of gentle movement, a quality of effortlessness. And bring your awareness to your low belly. Just recognize this area, the Muladhara, Mula root, and Dhara is in flux, this movement, this quality of spiraling movement of a chakra. Sometimes we associate this area with a red or reddish orange quality. And we often associate this area with a deep grounding, a sense of rootedness. So feel your back against the mat. Imagine that your muscles are just resting away from the bones. And then bring your feet together and reach your right arm up overhead behind you on the mat. Let your hand rest on the mat behind you. And gently stretch your right arm and your left foot on that diagonal. Inhale, and then exhale and let go. Inhale, expand, 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 and exhale. Let the bones sort of soften back into the joints. One more time, gently inhale and stretch. This has still got ease, and exhale, release. Bring your right hand back down and pause and notice how you feel from one side to the other. Bring your left hand up overhead behind you. Let the arm rest on the floor and inhale. Reach the left hand and the right foot on a diagonal. Exhale, relax. Inhale, reach and lengthen. And exhale, soften. Let the joints rubber band back. One more time. Inhale and lengthen. And exhale, soften. Pause. And slowly bring the left hand down by your hip. And take a moment. You can bend your knees and place your feet on the mat. You can drop your knees from side to side if that feels a bit releasing for you, just taking a little bit of movement. You're also welcome to remain in stillness. If you prefer, you could hug your knees into your chest and rock side to side, massaging your low back and your shoulders. And when you're ready, gently place your feet on the mat with your palms facing down. And inhale, lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, lower the spine down gently. Inhale, expand and press your hips up. And exhale, gently lower down. Inhale, float up. And exhale, gently release the hips back down. Just tilt your pelvis forward so you feel that little space underneath your spine. And then inhale and pick your hips up again. Exhale, let your bum drop first so you feel that space of your low back, and then let the low back drop. Then again, inhale, press the hips up. Exhale, let the bum drop first, and then lower the mid back and spine. Inhale, press the hips up again. Exhale, drop the bum first. Release your low back into the mat. You'll feel your pelvis come forward and lift up naturally. Exhale, again, drop your bum to the mat. Take a pause. And if you feel like it, drop your knees from side to side. Bring your legs out in front of you and begin to shake, starting from your feet up to your knees and buttocks, up to your hips. Allow that little gentle shaking to come up to your shoulders. We call this a juti. Let your head start to shake and keep shaking, start again back at your feet. This is a conscious rhythmic movement through the body. Just shaking, letting everything release. Continue to shake little shakes down your body, mostly in the trunk of your body, but you can certainly do your arms and hands and shoulders. So think about the feet and hips, and then you might find a natural stopping. When you do, just pause. Enjoy this quality of beingness. Bring your right knee into your chest. Hug your right knee in towards your chest. And then bring your right knee tick-tocking from left to right. Just making these little semicircles, opening up through the hip joint. And hug your knee into your chest one more time. And clasp the back of your thigh, your right thigh, right in the middle of the belly. Or you can clasp up on your calf if you prefer. Point and flex your right foot in the air. Just breathe gently. We're not rushing, we're not overstretching. Circle your ankle if that feels good. Relax your neck and shoulders as best you can. If your shoulders are pulling up off the mat, you can always put a blanket under or just not be too worried about it being up a little high. Take a deep inhale. Gently exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Start to let your heel kind of tap your buttocks. So that right heel is dropping a few times to the bum. And then let your right knee drop out to the right and come to rest here in half butterfly. It's a great way to let your body open with ease when you're on your back, reclined, and your spine is in this nice neutral shape. You're also welcome to take half lotus here if that's serves you more for sensation, which means bringing your heel into the front of your hip. You can always hold your foot there. Not recommended if you're just in your first couple of years of yoga, because as you practice with time, just the muscles begin to gently open and remain open for longer. So feel free just to stay in half butterfly. When you're ready, bring your right knee up and straighten out your right leg, and then shake out your legs and pause. Again, just noticing how you feel from one side to the other. When you're ready, bring the left knee into your chest, hug it in, and then let it tick-tock side to side, opening through the hips again. You can breathe as you move here. It doesn't have to be in exact alignment with the way that the body's moving. Just keeping up a rhythmic breath. Hug your left knee into your chest again. Lengthen through your spine. And then clasp the back of your left thigh and straighten up your left leg towards the ceiling. You can begin by pointing and flexing the foot. Again, you can have your palms on the belly of the back of the thigh or on the calf, whichever you prefer. And just start to notice how the sensations change as you point and flex, or as you circle your ankle. And perhaps find a place in which you can just pause, let the foot come to stillness. Soften the jaw. And if you're ever going too far, just simply back off a little. It's no biggie. Sinking into this quietness. When you're ready, allow the heel to start to kick the bum. Just a gentle heel kick. After a few of those, you can drop your left knee out to the left. Come into your half reclined butterfly on the left side. And again, turn your palms up if you're comfortable. Sometimes when we move the body in this gesture of surrender, the mind will follow. We're really trying to release habits in our yoga practice. Release the habits of the mind and the thinking and the grooves of thinking that are quite common. Again, you can try this half lotus if you like, I'm demonstrating, or just simply go back to half butterfly. Just finding a place where you feel some sensation but not pain. We're not striving in traditional practice. We're just gently moving the body and making the opening easeful. When you're ready, come onto your belly. Put one palm on top of the other and take rest. Place your hands on the mat and gently press your chest forward and up. Exhale, lower the chest back down. Cobra pulses. Inhale, expand your breath. Inhale, lengthen up through the chest. And exhale, lower down. Press your pelvis and feet into the mat. Inhale, float your chest forward and up. Exhale, lower the chest and head back down. Keep your neck long. Inhale and take one palm on top of the other. Perhaps take rest or let your hips shake from side to side. Notice how you feel. You can always stay in any of these postures for the entirety of class. Sometimes in my own practice, I might just stop right here in the practice and then sit and meditate and I'm complete. Otherwise, press yourself up using your hands and your hips. Bring your hips back to your heels into Utthita Balasana, Child's Pose. Your head doesn't have to reach the floor. You can always put your palms underneath your head. If you'd like, you can take the twist, bringing your right hand underneath your left armpit and take a gentle twist. You can put a block under your head as well. Just allowing the shoulders to open. It's nice to have your other arm straight out on the mat, but it can also bend at the elbow if you prefer. On your exhale, release that twisting, come back to neutral, pause. And on your inhale, take your left hand and cross it underneath the chest over to the right side. Find a place that works for you. You don't have to go to what I look like. It might look different for you. Allow the shape and the form that you're making to be an expression of your beautiful body and your place today in terms of your flexibility. Every day is different, and the mind can constrict our muscles quite easily. So come out when you're ready and come back to the neutral child's pose. Enjoy your breath. Walk your hands up onto your thighs. And then place your hands on the mat. We're coming into a puppy breath, so you'll stick out your tongue and you'll pant like a dog. Pause. Notice how your diaphragm moves naturally. Inhale, stick out your tongue. Breathe naturally. You can gaze up as well in this posture. Inhale, stick out your tongue. And release. Place your hands back on your thighs. Take a moment to notice your breath. And when you're ready, come to sit on your bum. Grab your right foot and start to just swing the right foot. If you want, your head can go in the opposite direction of your foot, allowing the hip just to gently open. And then take the right foot and again start to swing the right foot out to the right, out and in. Sort of a little bit deeper variation of those TikToks we did reclined, and then let your head go the opposite way to your foot. That can be a little bit of a mind twister, so don't be worried if it takes you some time to get that. Release. Release out the pose. Shake out your legs. Tap down your legs. It's a wonderful feeling of bringing energy to the legs. You can rub or tap or shake, whatever feels good. Bring your left knee into your chest and maybe place your left foot across your straight leg. Reach up your right arm and turn and twist to the left. Taking a gentle seated twist. Be careful here not to pull too hard. Allow yourself to be able to stay and maintain this for a little while. Inhale and exhale, release and shake out your legs. This time the right foot's going to come in, it might come across the straight leg, and lift the left arm up and twist to the right. Deep breath. And then gently untwist and shake out your legs. Bring perhaps your feet on the mat and drop your knees from side to side. Let your head follow along. And if you're ready, you can bring your feet together with your knees bent and drop your knees wide into a butterfly. If you like, you can gently start to bring your belly towards the floor. You can keep a long spine here, lengthen through your tailbone to the top of your head. You can rest your forearms on your legs if you like. So you won't be going very far here, just gently forward. Feel that elongation through the spine and the back of the neck. Take a deep breath. Gently lift up your torso, bring your knees in, and again shake out your legs. I just love the gentility of the traditional practice. If you like, you can take a block to sit on, and if you notice here, I'm going to tilt my pelvis forward so that I have more capacity to come forward over my legs. I like to start by bending my knees here and bring my thighs to my stomach and my torso, and then let your spine round and drop your head. So I'm holding my feet here, but I'm not pulling on them. And I'm allowing this sort of softening into the pose. Of course, you can straighten out your legs a little bit more if that feels good for you. If you bend your knees, you often get this opening both through the back of the legs and the spine. And it's great if you're like me and you have really strong legs and hamstrings. It's nice to take that gentle bend. Traditionally, a contemplative posture or forward fold. Noticing your thoughts. If you're ready, gently roll your spine back up, walk your hands back towards your hips, and remove the prop if you like. We're gently coming down onto our backs, so take your time to get there. We're on our way to a little inversion, so you can put the block under your hips again if you like, and let your legs float up. You can also put your legs against the wall or a couch, and let your knees be soft. Your arms can come up as well, and let water drip off your fingertips. If you'd like to take another variation, you can place your hands underneath your bum, especially if you don't have a block, or even your forearms. And you can just pause here. Let your feet float. And if you want to take it even deeper, you can come up into shoulder stand, place your feet on the mat, press your hands into the mat, lift your hips up so that your hands can rest underneath your low back. And then gently bring your feet over your hips if you can. You can always bend your knees and bring your feet back a little and put the weight in your hands and in your elbows and rather than your shoulders. Legs can be straight or bent. If you want, you can start to wiggle your pinky fingers closer together in the middle of your spine. Don't turn your head in this pose. Just keep gazing up at your toes or close your eyes. You can bring your feet over your head into plow if you like, as long as it's not too much for your neck. You can always bend your knees, or you can slowly bring your legs back down and straight down to the floor. And take an exhale as you shake and release out any tension that might have come up in that pose. Find your corpse pose, Shavasana. Finding the ease and softness. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinabaditamastu Mavit Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. The Shanti mantra. Let us be together. Let us be nourished by each other. Let's be vital together. Never do we denounce anyone. Never entertain negativity. Tranquility and peace. Let go. Stay here as long as you like. We'll see you next time in this beautiful healing space. Dhanyavad.